All right. For those of you that have been watching my channel, you know that I have a Super 73R. It is in the shop because I'm awaiting my new hub motor from Super 73. It's been some time and I'm still waiting, but that will hopefully happen soon. And my mid-drive mountain bike got wet. You know, the digital display part got wet and it doesn't work now. So that's also in the shop. So that brings me to my next point, which is the handlebars on this bike probably look a little different. And that's because I am on a SWAGTRON EB7 Plus. And it's just a little bike. Kind of got it just to have something to ride around on until my other bikes get repaired. It's got a 350 watt hub motor, so by no means a very powerful bike. Does have adjustable, really high adjustable seats, so I'm able to fit on it. I'm almost 6 foot. I'm about 210, but I'm peaking at about 17.8 miles an hour right now. So not the biggest, most powerful bike in the world, but something. And I don't know if those of you, I don't know if I've ever said anything, but I used to have, those little $299 COSTCO bikes, the JETSON Bolt. I actually had one of those once, and I kind of wanted to do a comparison of, should you ever buy a bike for less than like $1,000 bucks, because you figure you're paying less than $1,000 bucks, like what kind of components could you possibly be getting that are quality? Batteries alone cost $500, right? The motor's going to be like what, 30 cents? I mean, how's it going to equate to less than like $1,000 bucks? So this bike is $699, and I kind of want to do a little bit of a review of, can you get a bike for this price that gives you any quality? I can tell you right now, the JETSON Bolt, I've seen a lot of reviews of people that really like it. It's really poor quality. I mean, you feel like you're riding on like a cardboard bicycle that could break at any moment. It's so stiff, there's no shocks or anything. It's just really like flimsy. Everything about it is flimsy, and you're like, man, is this thing gonna even freaking propel me? Is it gonna keep me on it, or is it gonna break as soon as I go like, over a little bump? It's that flimsy, and it feels like you're not even on a real e-bike. You're on like a pretend e-bike, or like a big wheel for a little kid. This thing, a lot different. I mean, granted, it's not the power of one of the motorbike e-bikes that we ride, like the Super 73, but it definitely has some stability to it. It's got some girth. It doesn't have little 12-inch tires. It's got 16-inch. Doesn't have a little 250 watt motor. It's got 350, so not the most powerful, but it's something. It's a little bit more powerful than like a JETSON Bolt. It's got a pretty formidable here, we'll look at it. It's got a pretty formidable frame, even though it's foldable, but not bad, so let's take a little look at it. And yeah, not bad. I mean, it's something, right, people? Granted, I don't want to like see all my neighbors when I'm riding it, but it's pretty cool looking. It's got front and rear disc brakes. It's got this really cool little shock absorber, if you will. Doesn't do the best job, but it gives you some. And again, I got the seat adjustable, so I can raise it as high as I want, and it works for me. So we're gonna just ride around the park a little bit here and see what kind of terrain testing we can do. But having ridden like the JETSON Bolt and then having ridden this thing, I mean, worlds of difference. Granted, this is like $300 or $400 more, but having researched a lot of bikes, I don't know if I'd go much lower than this in terms of price. I mean, this thing's pretty slick. I've seen like the EB5 from SWAGTRON. It doesn't have any shocks. It's got a 250 watt motor. It just looks flimsy, and I can't imagine it's gonna give you any power. I mean, this thing, granted, 350, and it still doesn't give you a lot of power. So 250 would be like nothing. It'd be like a 3-year-old child pushing you, This is at least like a 7-year-old boy, a strong 7-year-old boy pushing you, So, I don't know. So far, I kind of like it. It's fun, don't get me wrong, I miss my other bikes, but you know, gets the job done. And for whatever reason, I'm not sure, it automatically goes into cruise control. So I don't even know what the hell how that's happening, but like it just automatically goes into cruise control, and I guess I have to like hit my brakes to stop it. So I don't even know what I'm doing to put it in cruise control, but that's kind of cool, I guess. That way you don't have to keep your hand on the throttle all the time. It's got one of these turn throttles, not a thumb. But yeah, we're doing dirt, you know, just us and the birds. We're handling it. You know, it's got some somewhat dual sport tires. Squirrel. Tons of squirrels. But it's got really narrow tires, you know, like 1.5 inch. Against 16-inch wheels. So you know, the JETSON Bolt, for example, has like 12-inch. And I don't know if you like really took notice of the frame, but the frame's pretty, you know, pretty sturdy. You know, I mean, look at it, it's pretty thick, you know. And the stem, the handlebar stem is pretty thick, and you know, it's got nice mag wheels, you know. So it's just, you feel like you're on something that, granted, it's on the low end of e-bikes, and yes, it's cheap, and yes, you know, it's low frills, but you feel like you're on something that's at least going to hold you up, and it's not going to just break with, you know, a little gust of wind or something, right? So the other thing is, it's got, this is what's interesting, it's got 7-speed Shimano gear shift, right, which is pretty cool. But because the wheels are so small, when you're in 7th gear, like watch, I'm in 7th gear right now, I can still only pedal. It's going 14 miles an hour, and I'm just keeping up with it, you know. So it's like, you're not going to be able to go 30 miles an hour in this thing. It doesn't have the wheel, you know, capacity, wheel size. But yeah, let's do a little grass. See what we can do. How cool is this? All right. So for those of you that are familiar, there's a website called ebicycles.com that is just launching, and they are going to review a bunch of different bikes, and they've made me an editor, a review editor. So I am going to be getting bikes sent to me, and then I'm going to review them for that website. And then while I have them, some of them I even get to keep, while I have them, I will then do, you know, some testing of my own for this channel. So you're going to see a lot of different bikes, which is pretty cool, because I like to test out new bikes. So yeah, as far as the shocks go on this one, not bad, you know. I mean, it's got a decent seat, you know, a little springy, a little cushiony, and then the shock gives it a little extra cushion. Not bad, you know. I'm not wearing my bike shorts. You know, we've gone like 3 miles, and my butt feels good, you know. So all in all, pretty cool. I will say, I wouldn't think so, but I like the thumb throttle better than this hand throttle. I don't know why, I just do. I feel like you have to keep turning your wrist to get the throttle engaged, you know, as opposed to just your thumb. So, and it's a little harder to hold on to than just the thumb throttle, you know. So I don't know. But all in all, I'm a fan. I like it. It's pretty cool. I'm digging it. Oh boy, we see tons of glass. Jesus Christ. Hope we didn't break a tire, pop a tire or something. That would suck. What's funny though is the tires are so small that I like plug it into my electric tire pumper, and it's like 20 psi, 30 psi, 40 psi, 50 psi. You have to be like so fast or the thing's gonna pop. You know, you put that pump on your Super 73, and it takes like 4 minutes to pump up the damn tire. All right, so we did a little grass. It wasn't the fastest, but it worked. We did a little, what do we do? A little dirt, loose pack dirt, not bad. Pretty good on the street, obviously. Let's see what else we can find. Again, don't really necessarily want all the neighbors to see me. Got my dark sunglasses on, but you know, it's not cheesy. It's just, it's a small little bike. You know, I saw on a review this guy that's 6'5" and said that he had one of these for 2 years, and it served him well, he said. So I'm only 6 foot, 210. I mean, I gotta believe the guy's bigger than that. It's probably more than 200 pounds. and 6'5", you know. So I mean, it definitely, the seat post can actually go up a lot higher. So this thing can certainly accommodate other people, you know, taller people. But you can see how, like, my knees are, there's plenty of room to pedal. I'm a good, you know, 8 inches away from the handlebars, which is not bad. But yeah, I will say, like, compared to the little Jetson Bolt, which people love, this thing is light years ahead of it, you know what I mean? This would be like, let's say a Hyundai Sonata, and the Jetson would be like one of those little scooter, what does he call them? Like a motorcycle that has like a little car built around it, that they really call it a car, but it's really not, you know what I mean? That's what the Jetson Bolt would be. And then this would be like the Hyundai Sonata, okay? So not bad. I'm digging it. We're gonna try to go up a little hill here. Whoa, we're going over a speed bump. We're gonna try to go up a little hill here from a dead stop and see if we can do it. Needless to say, this thing has like I said, 7 gears, but it has 3 speeds. 1, 2, and 3 modes, 3 modes, if you will. And I'm in mode 3, and I'm at a dead stop. This is like a 100-yard, we'll call it 150 yards, and like a 4-degree slope. And we're not gonna use any pedal. Let's see if we can get up it, all right? Here we go. All right, it's happening. I mean, things are happening, people. We're moving. We're flying at a brisk 8.1 miles an hour. If this thing showed wattage, we would probably be pulling like all kinds of wattage right now. But one thing I like about this bike is like the quality of the components. You know, the steering wheel, like I said, or the handlebars, really durable, really strong. It clamps into place, you know, because it can fold down, and the clamp is really tight. Same thing with the frame clamp, just really, really, really tight and durable. The pedal cranks, the sprocket, the brakes and everything, pretty good. 7-speed Shimano. I mean, you're not going to get, even the lowest end Shimano is still pretty damn good. So overall, pretty good, you know. So like I said, digging it. So we just got up that hill. Pretty surprising, to be honest with you. It says it can go up a 25-degree hill. Are you kidding me? I don't think there's a bike alive that can go up a 25-degree hill. It just doesn't equate, you know. Like I said, like in one of my previous videos, I used my mid-drive and went up that 19.2% grade. But that's with a 750-watt mid-drive. This thing is 350-watt hub. Like, really? This isn't going up anything more than, like, based on that 5-degree slope I just went up, this thing isn't going up anything higher than like 7 degrees. It's just not, you know. They could say it is, but that's just BS. So, but yeah, a little something to zip around on, people. Just creating some content. So again, disc brakes, not bad. You know, it stops pretty well. And it's super quiet, like, wow. Like, you can barely even hear it. Super 73's got this, like a sweet, awesome engine sound. This thing, you don't even hear the engine, you know? But I guess that's because it's so, you know, it doesn't have any power, you know? So it's like, how much noise could it possibly make? But, I don't know. Kind of fun. All right, we're gonna try one of these little whoop-de-doo curves here. See if it breaks or if it holds up. All right, not bad. And it actually gave me a nice little shock when it went down it. Or, well, you know what I mean? Not a shock, a jolt, but like the shock kept me from like really feeling the intense bump. Not bad. Gotta tell you, people, I'm kind of impressed with this little thing. For $699, like, really? I was expecting like the Jetson Bolt, you know, with a light on the front. But no, this thing's a lot more durable. So I guess I kind of get why these are so popular. I mean, this thing's been around for a while. It's really popular. They used to have the EB7 with no gears, and then they came out with the EB7 Plus, this one, which has the 7 speeds, like I said. So you guys seen all these little tree branches and everything? Yesterday was the windiest day in American history. It was freaking crazy. So There's all these branches everywhere. But anyway, one thing I always like to do is like the no hands test. You know, the Super 73 with the fat tires is so easy to do with no hands. This thing, the tires are so narrow. It's like, oh my God, you feel like you're gonna, I'm doing it, but like, wow, you know, you feel like you're gonna fall. So just weird also getting back on, regardless of the size of these wheels, just the fact that they're so narrow compared to like, you know, a Super 73 fat tire. You just don't have as much stability, and it's clearly, it's just not as much fun, you know? You definitely feel like you're on a bike, not a motorcycle. Super 73, you feel like you're on a motorcycle, not a bike, right? So, and by no means am I comparing this to my mountain bike mid-drive or my Super 73. I'm just trying to give you like some sense of what it's like, you know? I will say on a stability scale, this thing's not bad. I mean, it definitely has some stability, you know? You feel like you're on something with some girth. It's got some bounce. Bouncing, 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 bouncing. Kind of digging it. Again, you know, the cruise control went on there. So every time I go down a curve, I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna feel it, but I really don't. Not bad. I think part of it is the seat, and part of it's the freaking, you know, that little shock thing they got going. So let's check it out again. All right, so let's see. It's got these little springs underneath the seat. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty decent cushiony seat, you know. And then it's got that little shock in the back. So not bad, you know. It also has a light in the front. I'll push it and see if I can get it to come on. Yeah, see, it's got a light in the front, which I can tell you at night is pretty decent. And then what's really cool is these, I don't know if you can see that here, these mag wheels. Pretty strong, people. Like really strong. And we really like that. So, all in all, pretty fun little bike. I'll do a video another time where I show it folding up, because it gets really compact. I have a truck, so it really doesn't matter, but you could easily put this in, like, just so you know, like you could put it in the front seat of your little sedan, you know, like no problem. Now I don't know if it's because I'm a bigger guy, but I can tell you that the battery does go down kind of fast. I mean, I rode it yesterday, like let's say 2 miles, but total on one charge we're at 6 miles in, and I've already used half the battery. So I'm thinking, and I'm really only doing throttle only, so I'm thinking maybe 12 miles, you know. You're not going to be going up Peak in this thing. You're not going to be going cross country in this thing, but to a little zip around town, you know, definitely. All right, lady. Man, people drive so freaking slow. It's unbelievable. All right, now we got a little momentum, and we're going to try with pedaling, see if we can get up this big hill here. It's only like 3 degrees, but it's long. Okay, so I'm pedaling. And again, definitely it's giving me some thrust, you know, with the pedal assist. But again, can only, you know, go so fast because you top out. It's almost like you can go faster throttle only than you can pedal assist, for the mere fact that throttle only will take you 16, 17, 18 miles an hour, depending on how big you are. And this thing, pedal assist can go faster, but you'd be pedaling like a crazy man, you know what I mean? And so like comfort wise, you're not going to pedal it faster than like 13, 14 miles an hour. So if you really want to go faster, you almost have to use throttle. So we'll use throttle, and yeah, we're at 14 miles an hour almost already on throttle. Yeah, we're at 14. Couldn't even do that on pedal. So it's weird how it's backwards. It's like you can do more with throttle only than pedal assist. Usually on like a bike, let's say your top speed is 25, with pedal assist you can maybe go 27, 28. Yeah, now we're at 15 miles an hour, you know what I mean? So I don't know. And now we're trying to go up this little hill here. Let's see if we can do it. I'm actually going to give it some pedal now. Hello. She was friendly. Very friendly. All right, we're giving it a little pedal assist. And yeah, I mean, not the most powerful thing in the world, people. Right now I would say it's maybe like a 4-year-old pushing me, you know. Granted, he's got good, you know, good lower body strength, and he's got, you know, some good shoes on, traction, but that's about it, you know. Again, the JETSON Bolt's like a 3-year-old, you know, very slow 3-year-old. So now we're freaking cranking, people, cranking. We're going 15.4 miles an hour. So I get the feeling that as the battery goes down even to like a half, your once 17, 18 miles an hour is now 15. So, but again, if you're maybe 150 pounds or even less, 160 pounds, you're probably getting better, you know, speed overall, range, etc. obviously, but you know, so something else, and I'm not like doing this for publicity purposes, but something else that's pretty cool is I also just wrote an article. I'm a writer, for those that don't know. I'm like a professional business writer. I just wrote an article for ridepanda.com on how to get the most range out of your e-bike. So I don't know, I'm starting to get, like, you know, some people are noticing my videos and they're like, yeah man, I like your reviews and stuff, could you write for us, could you do videos for us? So I don't know, that's pretty cool, isn't it, people? The other thing, which is very exciting, to become monetized on your video, on your YouTube channel, you have to do two things. You have to get 1,000 subscribers, and I'm at 364 and climbing, which is nice. And you need 4,000 watch hours. I just passed 4,000 watch hours. I'm at 4,037. So that's freaking sweet. So that just shows that a lot of people are watching my videos, but I do need more subscribers. Only 17.8% of my viewers are subscribers, so I could really use some more subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, I'd be grateful. And yeah, that's about all I'll say about that. Wow, we got a big old hairy dog there. Can't even freaking see your eyes. All right, so I'm gonna call this my first official outing on this bike. Pretty successful, digging it. And I don't know, I kind of like the color, red and black. You know, excuse me, orange and black. It's just kind of sharp looking, you know, bold. And I actually also like, I don't know if you can see that the cables are like bound together with this little plastic coily stuff. So they don't really like flop all over the place. They're pretty like stuck together, pretty stern. I like that. And yeah, so now we're gonna do a little bit of off-roading here. This is more of like hard packed dirt, and we're gonna just see how comfortable it is. You know what I mean? All right, people, not bad. Somebody said that it was an electric bike review. They said that it's a shame this doesn't have front shocks, but the way the bike is built, the weight of the bike is on the rear. And it's true, because I'm not really feeling the absence of the front shocks at all. And the rear shock is definitely helping. I mean, like, seriously. So, not bad. Okay, now we're going through mulch or bark, whatever you want to call it. And we're rocking it, people. Not bad at all. The only thing I wish I could find would be, what do you call it? Like rocks, which I don't really know. So we're losing speed here in grass. We had a little momentum, but we're losing speed. We're at 7 miles an hour. Granted, it's very muddy now. Oh boy. Oh man, it's muddy. I don't want to get, oh. So that was weird. So I got off the bike because of the mud, but because it had the freaking cruise control on, the bike was still going. So I literally think I could have just let the bike go. You know, it's like when you're on a jet ski and you know, it just keeps taking off without you. I feel like this could have done that. That's kind of funny. So anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this review, people. I'm gonna do a few more in the coming, you know, weeks on this thing. I don't anticipate getting my other bikes back for some time because Super 73 is so backed up with their freaking V3 motors. I don't know when the hell mine's coming. The guy said it hasn't even left China yet. I'm like, that's really encouraging. And I've been waiting almost a month. And then my mid-drive, there's just no parts in this industry right now. And so I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get that. So, you know, the controller. So, I don't know. Something tells me I'm gonna be riding this for a while. And then again, with that ebicycles.com review gig, the guy's actually gonna be sending me bikes to review, excuse me. He's gonna be sending me bikes to review. How cool is that? And quote unquote, some of them you get to keep. Like, are you kidding me? I'm like, oh my God, this is freaking amazing. I mean, clearly e-bikes is a big hobby of mine, and now I'm gonna get paid to review them, and I might get to keep the bike. Are you kidding me? So in some cases, in all cases, I'll do a video on here, like I said, with the bike, but I'll also keep some, sell some. I don't know, like, how cool is that? I mean, obviously augments my pay when I can sell the freaking bike. So that's pretty cool. So all in all, I'm pretty excited, people. Hope you're excited for me. You get to enjoy the different videos of the different bikes that I will put on here. So that's pretty exciting. Anyway, that's it. If you haven't subscribed, I'd be grateful if you could. Hope you enjoyed. More to come. I also have some old, not old, but like footage of my Super 73 from like a couple weeks back that I'm gonna still put out occasionally. So it's not like I still have that right now that I'm riding. It's just some older footage, but I've got some pretty cool stuff I'm gonna continue to put out on that. And then hopefully soon I get all my bikes back and I can do all my videos. So that's it. God bless. Peace out.